Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're talking about Ellie Bates after fans suddenly shifted the conversation away from her latest update and towards something much bigger, her future. Many are now sharing what they hope comes next for Ellie, with discussions ranging from higher education and personal growth to whether she should wait before making major life decisions like marriage. At the same time, Payne gave followers a heartwarming glimpse into a family visit that reminded everyone how close the Bates family remains despite living in different states. In this video, we'll break down everything fans have been saying and highlight the sweet family moments that also captured plenty of attention. Let's get into it. A simple Instagram story from Ellie Bates unexpectedly became one of the latest talking points among Bates family followers. There was no major announcement, vacation update, or surprise life event. Instead, Ellie shared a photo of her open Bible resting on her lap alongside a notebook filled with handwritten sermon notes from Sunday church. At the bottom of the story, she simply added the words, "Happy Sunday," without any further explanation. At first glance, it looked like nothing more than a quiet personal moment. So how did a church note suddenly turn into an online conversation that reached far beyond the sermon itself? A closer look at Ellie's notebook showed that she was listening to Pastor Justin's message based on Philippians 3 verses 7-8, titled, "Buried Treasure." She wrote down the question, "What are you living for?" followed by several key points, including Jesus changes the things we value, Jesus converts the things that we love, and Jesus clarifies the reason we live. Everything about the story suggested that Ellie was simply paying close attention during the service and taking notes as the sermon unfolded. There were no controversial statements or personal opinions added to the page. Yet despite the message she was sharing, one small detail ended up drawing far more attention than the sermon itself. Some online users focused on the way Ellie wrote the plural form of the word priority. According to those commenting, the Y at the end of the word should have changed to IES, rather than simply adding the letter S. That small detail quickly became the starting point for a much bigger discussion. While some people connected it to the Bates family's homeschooling background, others shifted the conversation toward Ellie's future. Rather than dwelling on one spelling mistake, many began asking a different question altogether. What comes next for Ellie, and what kind of path do they hope she chooses? Several commenters said they would love to see Ellie pursue college or another form of higher education before making any major life decisions. Others pointed out that she is still young and hoped she would not feel pressured to rush into marriage. They wanted to see her explore new opportunities, experience life outside the environment she has always known, and make choices entirely on her own terms. At the same time, plenty of people came to Ellie's defense. They argued that one spelling mistake should never define someone's intelligence or future, especially when the notes were written quickly during a live sermon. In the end, the conversation became less about Ellie herself and more about the hopes many followers have for what lies ahead in her life. While Ellie's story continued generating conversation online, another update from the Bates family was capturing attention for a completely different reason. Payne shared a collection of photos and videos from her family's visit to her grandparents' farm in South Carolina. Unlike the online discussion surrounding Ellie's story, Erin's post was filled entirely with warm family moments. She introduced the carousel with the caption, "Going to my grandparents' farm. It's our heaven on earth." That one sentence immediately explained why the place holds such a special meaning for her family. Every photo and video that followed reflected exactly that feeling. One of the standout photos featured Gil Bates and Kelly Jo Bates surrounded by all 7 of Erin's children. Gil smiled as he held little Henry in his arms, while Kelly Jo enjoyed hugs from the grandchildren gathered around her. Carson stood nearby with a bright smile, and William happily joined his brothers and sisters for the family photo. Nothing about the moment looked overly posed or carefully arranged. In fact, that natural, slightly chaotic energy made the picture even more meaningful. Isn't that often what the best family memories look like? Fans also spotted Ellie Bates in one of the selfies included in Erin's carousel. She posed with one of Erin's daughters, and the two made matching duck face expressions while looking into the camera. It was a simple snapshot, but it highlighted the close relationship Ellie shares with her nieces. There was no elaborate setting or planned activity behind the photo. Sometimes a quick selfie says more about family bonds than a perfectly staged portrait ever could. It also offered followers a completely different glimpse of Ellie after her church story had become the subject of online discussion. Ellie Bates appeared in another selfie alongside one of Erin's daughters as well. Wearing warm smiles, the aunt and niece looked completely at ease together. Although the photo itself was simple, it added another layer to the family's visit and showed how naturally everyone spent time together. Erin did not narrate every activity from the trip or explain what happened throughout the day. Instead, the collection of photos spoke for itself. The focus was never on doing something extraordinary. It was simply about being together. Erin also shared plenty of moments showing how much her children enjoyed exploring the farm. Her daughters happily played in the mud without worrying about getting their clothes dirty. Mud covered their hands, legs, and even their faces, yet their smiles never disappeared. A colorful bounce house could also be seen in the background, giving the children another place to burn off their energy throughout the day. Rather than hiding the messy moments, Erin proudly included them in the carousel. After all, aren't some of childhood's best memories made on the days when getting dirty is simply part of the adventure? The remaining photos and videos continued telling the story of the family's visit. Erin shared a picture of all 7 of her children riding together in the car while holding small toys and little treasures they had picked up during the trip. Carson proudly smiled as he showed off his Rubik's Cube, while his siblings appeared just as excited about the items they were carrying. Another photo captured Carson quietly working on a puzzle at the table. One sweet video showed William gently rubbing baby Henry's head, while another featured the children running freely around the farm. The final video ended with the siblings walking together across an open field as the golden evening sunlight stretched across the landscape. Altogether, the carousel felt like a collection of simple summer memories that will likely stay with the family for years to come. Although the 2 Bates family updates carried very different moods, both gave followers something meaningful to talk about. Ellie's quiet church story unexpectedly opened the door to conversations about education, personal growth, and the future many fans hope she will have. Erin's carousel, on the other hand, reminded everyone that some of life's happiest moments are often the simplest ones. Seeing Ellie and Adelie spending time with their nieces, watching Gil and Kelly Jo surrounded by all 7 of Erin's children, and following Carson, William, Henry, and their siblings throughout the day painted a picture that had nothing to do with online debates. Public conversations may come and go, but for the Bates family, the memories made at the place Erin lovingly called heaven on earth seemed to matter far more than anything happening on the internet. And those were the latest updates surrounding Ellie Bates and Erin Payne. One post sparked an unexpected conversation about what could be next for Ellie, while the other offered a reminder of how meaningful family time can be. So, what do you think about the hopes fans shared for Ellie's future, and which moment from Erin's latest family update stood out to you the most? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss the latest Bates family news. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.